AI only makes sense if it adds value. One of the ways we can extract value from our AI models and AI powered software is through agentic capabilities. That is why I am quite excited to share this new model with you, which is Arch Agent 7 billion. That is a language model specifically designed for advanced function calling and agent based applications. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, we are going to install this locally and I'm going to show you how you can use this model with real world use cases by calling real world external APIs through function calls or tool use. This model is quite interesting, but before I delve into the installation and tell you more about the model, let's get on the same page by defining the function call. Function calling is a capability that allows AI models to interact with external tools, APIs, and services by generating structured calls to predefined functions based on user queries. Instead of just providing text responses, the model can understand when it needs to retrieve information from external source, which external source, perform calculations or execute specific actions, then format these requests as JSON function calls that can be executed by external systems. Arch Agent 7 billion excels at complex multi-step workflows where it needs to chain multiple function calls together, maintain context across conversations, and adapt its approach based on intermediate results. So let's now get started and we will be installing it on our Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. Let me as usual start by creating a virtual environment with Conda. And if you're also looking to rent a GPU, VM or CPU on very affordable price, you can find the link to Massed Compute in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs, so please do check them out. Okay, our virtual environment is almost done here. Now let's create all the prerequisites, which primarily include torch, transformers, and that sort of stuff. While that happens, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Camel AI. Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation. And you can also find their link in video's description. Everything is installed. Now let me show you how exactly to download this model and work with it. So this is the code which I'm going to use, and as you can see here, all I'm doing, I am first importing all the libraries which we are going to install, and then we are downloading the model. We have defined this prompt as per their recommended format, and once that's done, what I'm going to do, I am using 3 free public APIs that don't really require any sort of tokens or authentication or credits. So one of them is around random facts API that returns interesting random facts. Then there is a REST country API that provides detailed information about countries. And then I have this quote generation API, which returns inspirational quotes of the day. So this is primarily a real world implementation. As you can see, I have then defined the function. These just make actual HTTP requests to free API. So this is not a random pseudo values. This is actually calling a function call. So it is simply accepting a text prompt and then it is returning us the response in each of these functions, and then I'm mapping the function and then returning the values there. Now this is simple Python code, and not only that, but you can simply use a dispatcher system to map functions name to actual implementation, and that is where the model comes into play. User gives it a natural language prompt and model converts into a function call or tool use, and then model selects a function to be called and then our application calls it accordingly. So this example is primarily showing how this Arch Agent 7 billion can be integrated with real-world services to create practical applications that extend beyond simple text generation into actual data retrieval and processing of workflows. Okay, so let me now take you here. Let's run this. So first time when you run it, it is going to download the model and its tokenizer. So let's wait for it. And the model is now downloaded and generating the response. And it has returned us the response. So if you look at the response, it is actually showing why Arch Agent is quite valuable in real world applications, because you can see that it is maintaining that contextual understanding, and it understood here that it needed both country information and a code, and then formatted the results correctly. And even you see that if you go down, it has even done the error handling, and it failed to fetch it once, and then it tried again, and that time it was able to fetch the random code from that API endpoint. Also, we can see that there is a multifunction coordination, as this model successfully orchestrated multiple API calls from the single session, and instead of crashing, the system gracefully degraded to a backup solution, which is always a good thing. And above you can see that it has done some sort of tool call format, and then it executed them. Now let me run this again, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the VRAM consumption in real time. Okay, so let's run this. It is going to load the model, and then we will see how much it consumes. So it is consuming just over 16 gig of VRAM. So make sure that you might have that much of VRAM, and this time the code is from Henry Ford, that most people get ahead during the time that others waste. Okay, which is, I think, quite relatable, I guess. Anyway, so that's it. Let me know what do you think. One thing I would like to point out, that models like these, and we have covered many of them by the way on the channel if you're interested in agentic models. So models like these are really good for real world applications, because this function calling should be very clean and parsable, and they should be able to handle complex multi-step workflows, and most of them are doing, and I can see that this model is also quite able to do exactly that. So pretty good. But let me know what do you think about this model. I will drop the link to it in video's description. Also, please like the video and share it, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so, as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.